Hi, for this video, we're going to write the equation of the line that passes through the point -5, -1, and is perpendicular to y equals -5x minus 4. So before we start this, we have to remember what is true about perpendicular lines. And perpendicular lines they have slopes that are negative reciprocals. Which is just a fancy way of saying flip the slope and change the sign. Some other texts, they also say that the product of the slopes the product is -1. Sorry, you can't read that. So if I were to take and multiply the two slopes together, they would give me a product of -1. That's probably the harder way to remember it. I would say that this is the easiest way, flip slope and change sign. So what I mean by that is we're going to look for the line that we're given. So -5 is the given line. The slope is -5. So the line perpendicular, and this is just a symbol for perpendicular, the upside down T. So a line perpendicular means that we're going to flip this upside down. So since this is really -5 over 1, we would flip this over, and our slope would end up being 1 over 5. So the negative reciprocal of -5 is 1/5, positive 1/5. So we have to change the sign. If this was +5, then we would have a negative over here. Once you have the slope and the point, you're going to use the point slope form of the line. So we're just going to do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And if you recall, this is simply my point that it goes through. The x1 comma y1 is just the point that it goes through. So we would plug all these values in. So we would say that y minus -1, and you can write y plus 1. I'm just showing out the work. M is 1/5. And then we would do x minus -5. And now all we have to do is get y by itself in order to get it in the y equals mx plus b form. So we would start by distributing the 1/5 into the parentheses. So this would be y plus 1 equals 1/5 x. And because this is a double negative, it's going to be positive, and 5 divided by 5 just is 1. So now if we simplify, if we subtract 1 from both sides, we end up with y equals 1/5 x. And so this would be the equation of the line that passes through the point -5, -1, that is perpendicular to the line y equals -5x minus 4. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know.